It was a busy week in the PBA on and off the court. Away from the hardwood, teams made moves as Northport and San Miguel exchanged big men and Blackwater and TNT switched guards. The first trade was the Beermen sending the 2017 first overall pick Christian Standhardinger to the Batang Pier in exchange for 2015 first overall selection Mo Tautuaa. A few days later, the PBA also announced the return of Brian Eruela to Blackwater as he is traded for Mike Di Gregorio, who is the newest member of the TNT Katropa.
No interesting trades there. The TNT Katropa getting another sharpshooter in their lineup. We all know that they are the team that takes the most amount of threes. Interesting to see how Di Gregorio fits in that system. Now, after losing Game 1 of the best-of-3 finals against the Marinerong Pilipino, BRT Sumisip St. Clair completed its glorious comeback to win the 2019 PBA D-League Foundation Cup. Japs Bautista led the team in Game 3 with 18 points, 8 rebounds, but throughout the season, it was Joshua Fontanilla who was at the forefront of the team's surge. The Saints proved to be too much for the Marinerong Pilipino, who were undefeated in the tournament until their losses in the finals.
Tough break for Marinerong Pilipino after winning game number 1. They lost game 2 via blowout at the Cuneta Astrodome, and then they had to play at the Paco Arena for game number 3. Both these teams have never won a PBA D-League title, and that is why it was a hotly contested game number 3. Still, in the end, Marinerong Pilipino fell a little bit short. St. Clair crowned themselves as the champions. Still serving his indefinite suspension, the Beast, Calvin Abueva, made a public appearance through his Instagram account to apologize for his actions that led to his ban. It was early in the Commissioner's Cup when he had consecutive incidents with Blackwater's Ray Parks and TNT import Terrence Jones. Those led to his indefinite suspension. Asked about Abueva's possible return, Commissioner Willie Marshall of the PBA did not shut it down, but he said that it will still be a long process and that the Beast will have to meet certain requirements in the near future. Let's check out what the Beast had to say.
Ako po ay humingi ng paumanhin sa mga nagawa ko po dito sa PBA at sa token text funds, sa Phoenix Fuel Master Management at sa Phoenix Funds, at lalo na po sa Board Governors, kay Commissioner Willie Marshall, kay Bobby Ray Parts and Micah Rivera, and then sa PBA family, ako po humingi ng dispensa sa mga nagawa ko po. At pagpapatuloy ko po kung ano po yung mga nasimulan ko at sana po pagbigyan niyo pa po ako. Salamat po.
A long road to forgiveness there for Calvin Abueva, obviously a key part of his PBA team. It's going to be difficult for him to win back the favor of the governors, but the first steps have been taken. Now, speaking about the long road, usually the PBA hits the road for out-of-town games, but they also drive out to barangays and schools to bring the game closer to the fans. Recently, the league held PBA Home Court, where it brings players to communities for the fans to meet and greet. The last one had an interesting twist as both Arwin Santos and the Spider-Man from Game 5 of the Philippine Cup Finals were both present. The PBA has also begun holding open practices in schools. The first of this project was the Phoenix Pulse Fuel Masters practicing at the TIP campus in Manila. Spider-Man and Spider-Man present there for that home court. You know, honestly, great for the fans experience.
Why did we see that meme, Spider-Man pointing to Spider-Man?
You know, they
I'm
obviously
incredibly disappointed.
They did not have us there to point that out. They needed that meme. But that's how it is.
For our last item in our first 5, there have been a lot of great performances from the players lately in the Governor's Cup. And as many guys showed out in the past week, 2 players share the Player of the Week award. Troy Rosario and Jeron Tang have proven to be pivotal to their team's success as Rosario has helped his team stay undefeated in the conference so far. However, on the other side, Jeron Tang helped the Alaska Aces pick up their first win of the tournament upon his return. And for their efforts, Troy Rosario and Jeron Tang are our PBA's Players of the Week.
I'll talk about an impact player in Jeron Tang. You know, his first appearance, first win.
Not too bad. Troy Rosario shooting 50% from the three-point range. And he surely is a big factor why TNT is remaining undefeated in the Governor's Cup so far.
And that is it for your first 5, but there's still a lot more to talk about. Shoot around. We'll be right back.